Back courtside in the historic pit, the Lobos knock off UT Arlington 82-80 is the final on a last-second buzzer beater by Donovan Dent. Doesn't happen often, partner, that you win a game with a second or less on the game clock. Anthony Mathis at Cal State Northridge, November of 2018, a three-pointer with 0.3 seconds on the game clock to beat CSUN 87-84. It has been 5 years since the Lobos did it. Donovan Dent did it tonight as a true sophomore, and in some ways, this was another coming out party for Dede. We saw what he did last year as a true freshman at St. Mary's, but he's not had a game like this one. 25 points, 5 assists, 11 of 18 floor shooting, 2 rebounds, and the game-winning end-to-end run. I know you remember this, partner, because you're a SoCal guy.
Yeah.
When UCLA won the national championship the year that they beat the Razorbacks,
right.
Arkansas, in the finals. It doesn't happen if Tyus Edney doesn't take it end-to-end in 5 seconds to beat Missouri earlier in the tournament.
That's why I said, when you asked me, what would you do? There's 5.4, 5.3 seconds. Dent is as fast as anyone. He could take it coast to coast and finish it, and he did. And like you said, Tyus Edney's done it. Heck, I played with a great point guard in Kelvin Scarborough. He's done it and dunked it at the end, right, with 5 seconds left. So, that's amazing that, you have that kind of weapon in a guy like Dent with that kind of quickness and his ability to get to the rim. And he actually I thought he had contact.
No question. Yep, there could have been a whistle.
Yep.
Absolutely, partner. He scored through contact there. It is a career night for Dent. His previous career best was 15 points, and that came at St. Mary's last week, eclipsing the 14 that he scored against Prairie View A&M here in the pit. That was last year. So the Lobos win it, and it was a nail-biter. You've got the 10, 12-point lead. In fact, it was 12 points with 8 minutes to go in the game, partner. 12-minute lead with 8 points, 8 minutes, 12-point lead with 8 minutes to go in the game. And you thought maybe that was the moment where UNM was going to get separation. And instead, Arlington, they tied the game with just under 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty. But credit to UT Arlington. Wilson came in here and just had a game. 29 points, 12 rebounds, and, he was 11 of 13 from the field. Got to give those guys credit. They came in here in the pit and took them down to the wire, the Lobos. So, wasn't pretty. There's some things the Lobos really have to work on. You're looking at these stats, and, they got beaten a couple of areas, but you'll take a W anytime you can get it.
We can sort it all out now in the post game. Actually, when the 2 double technicals were called, partner,
right.
One of them was mistakenly called, put in the book on Makai Williams, number 2. And number 22, the big fellow Wilson, was actually one of those 4 technicals that were all called together. Mm-hmm. And he should have been immediately disqualified because of his second technical. He played a period of time before the book was changed. Mm-hmm. It was corrected from number 2 to 22, and finally they got him out of the game. But it took a while, so that was an interesting little subplot
even
there
in the final
minutes.
Stats here, I'm looking. They still have him down for 4 personals.
Yep, it's because the 2 technicals are the disqualification. So, it was a crazy finish, a wild finish, and a tying bucket with less than 5 seconds remaining, and then the game-winning score with 4/10 on the clock. UNM wins it by a final score of 82-80. Okay, we'll take our first post-game break. We'll hear from Coach Pitino when we come back. Lobos knock off Arlington 82-80 on the UNM Sports Radio Network. We're back inside the historic pit. The Lobos winners over UT Arlington. Final score 82-80 as New Mexico knocks off the visiting Mavericks. We have Lobo head coach Richard Pitino. And, wow, a crazy sequence there at the finish, Coach. Let's talk about both of the 2 key possessions there. defending UT Arlington when they tied the game. They scored the three, a contested tough free from the corner, and then what you drew up to get Donovan Dent to the rim to win the game.
I'm not sure if it was a contested shot. I think he was worried about not fouling. He probably could have jumped a little bit higher, but he was there, and it was a tough shot. I felt with 5 seconds, normally you got about a dribble per second, and in that type of possession, Donovan is so good at getting to the rim. So we wanted to space the court and have Isaac play behind the defense and just go make a play, and fortunately he did.
He made a terrific play, and I wanted to ask, and this is sort of a philosophical thing, and you guys defended the possession well, and it was a difficult shot that they made to tie the game. Do you have a number in your head in terms of the game clock? If you can get a foul to put them on the line with 2 shots?
They had like 12 seconds in the possession. Yeah. So it's hard to say, hey, with under 5, we're going to foul. Because normally they're going to run something. It's a little different to go on the length. Because coming out of a timeout, I probably would have. But with 12 seconds, they're away from my bench. I thought it was the right play. I thought I didn't really see. The ref was kind of in my way. But I wouldn't change the way that, just guard it a little bit better. Don't let him shoot a 3. But no, I don't. I think there's too much time to foul on that.
Yeah. So even if they're inbounding in the backcourt, and let's say the game clock is more 7 or 6 seconds, might she get a foul?
I'm normally
there?
under 5.
Under 5.
Under
okay.
5.
I was just curious. Go ahead, partner.
Yeah, and I was in agreement. We were talking on air that I wouldn't have fouled either because, number one, they've only made 4 or 5 threes.
Yeah.
So what are the odds of them making a 3 to tie the game, not to win it, but to tie it? So so if you create the foul, you're going to extend it, give them more opportunities.
And we weren't rebounding the ball great. We went small to try to get some free throws, and Baker almost banked it in. But no, I don't think there's things we need to do better. But that last sequence, I thought we kind of executed it properly.
How great was the block by Baker? We thought that maybe that was the winning play. More happened after that, but what a defensive play.
That's what I said. I said, Donovan will get the credit because of the buzzer beater, but Jamal Baker won us the game with that play. And that's what we needed to do. They were taking us off the bounce, and Baker rotated and blocked the shot. I wish I could have used JT more. He was really cramping up. He's going to be a terrific player. I told them after the game, I said, this is the time of year with House being out, with Nelly just getting here, with Isaac missing over a month, B.A. out. We just need to find a way to win and keep getting better because we're not going to be at our best for a little bit here, but we just got to find a way to get a win.
Coach, like last year, you relied a lot on the backcourt for points and scoring. Looking at the stat sheet, out of 82 points, you got 54 from your backcourt. Talk a little bit about the strategy in terms of offensively. What was the strategy? Was it just high ball screens? I thought in the second half Nelly got some touches.
Yeah, we're not there with Nelly yet. I don't think we're in sync with him as much as we are other guys. We're trying to play because Nelly was really confused with a lot of stuff we were running at St. Mary's, so we tried to put in our ball screen flow stuff, and it was fine. But that's got to get better. We got to find a way to get JT some touches because he's remarkably efficient as well.
And I thought when you did the overload, when you kind of overload one side and you did the high ball screen for him, that dent to him, I thought that worked a couple of times. Well.
Dent is really, really good in those middle ball screens. Offensively, and we missed some free throws that we don't normally miss. It's going to come down to, at some point, we've got to get better defensively and rebounding the basketball. They were getting a lot of rebounds towards the end.
Coach, you were 100% right there late. The book had one of the technicals among the 4 that were called, and the 2 double technicals that essentially allowed their big fella to be on the court for a little bit of extra time. That could have really impacted his game.
Well, and the kid who had 29 points and 12 rebounds. So our staff said he should be out, and we were yelling at the book. They corrected it. And it didn't burn us, but that was a second foul, or a technical foul.
No question, and it could have been costly. They had 2 in the book instead of 22, but they did get it right ultimately. My goodness, to have Dent do what he did in the absence of House. This is actually, in games that you played without House, the first time you've beaten a D1 team when House hasn't been able to play, and Donnie stepped up.
He did. We miss House. We need him back. I told Donovan, I said, we don't want House to be out, but take advantage of him being out. Grab that spot and don't let it up. And we're all teammates and we're all part of the same team, but you're justifiably one of the best guards in the country as well. and he is terrific. So he made some huge plays down the stretch, and he has certainly helped with Jalen being out. But we definitely need Jalen, back.
We talked about post play and getting points there. How about your bench? You had 5 points from the bench.
Yeah, not great. Mustafa, I know he's a better scorer than that. He missed some open threes. True was good. Took a couple weird ones at times, but it'll be better once we get healthy. But, yeah, we looked a lot like last year, like you made the point, where too reliant on the guards. We got to get a little bit more balance. So we'll take tomorrow off, and then we got 3 days to really, really work.
I thought it's just amazing. You're in Game 3, and your big fella Nelly gets in foul trouble in the first half, and Mustafa is still trying to find his way and get settled in, and their combined minutes don't equal those of the true freshmen. JT is getting an indoctrination by fire, and Topman's been really impressive.
Really good. He was cramping up, and every time I looked over him, he had ice on him, and he couldn't move. I wanted to put him back in, but whether it was at St. Mary's foul trouble, this game cramping up, we need him in the game in those crucial moments because he is one of the best freshmen in the country.
Coach, thank you so much. A great win. We look forward to the Thanksgiving tournament.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Lobo head coach Richard Pitino post-game. New Mexico a winner by a final count of 82-80. So New Mexico gets a victory that looked in hand. 8 minutes left. You're up 12, and you're in your building, and you think you're comfortable. But UT Arlington never really lets you get comfortable. And they're able to make it a one-possession game at the finish, partner. That was some kind of fantastic finish tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they've got, UT Arlington had some spark from, most certainly, we know Gordon, their guard.
Double-double.
Double-double. I mean, but it seemed like a lot of guys contributed, just whether it was a 50-50 ball or just getting rebounds. UT Arlington just wouldn't go away.
Yep. We are privileged to welcome in a veteran and now Lobo hero in his third game at the University of New Mexico. Jamal Baker Jr. is with us. JB, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. How about you guys?
We're awesome, and it's great to have you courtside for the first time post-game. And, it didn't end up being the final sequence, but at the time we thought it might be the winning sequence. Take us through. Gordon's got the basketball. He's driving it, trying to tie this game up, and you're on D.
I was just trying to do my best to stay in front of him. He's a good player. He gets downhill, and he's pretty strong as well. So I just wanted to stay in front and just try to make it a tough shot or not let him get a shot off at all. So I just thank God, honestly, that I was able to get up there and get it.
It looked like he got a little bit of an angle on you, but you were just close enough to kind of be on his hip from behind and get it.
Yeah.
Something else.
That's what I was going to say, Baker. It seemed like he almost beat you, and you had to block it from behind. And then that was huge, but you grabbing the loose ball afterward was bigger.
Yeah, I mean, man, I just try to go out there and play hard and do everything that I can to help the team win. I was doing my best. I know right now offensively I'm not really in a rhythm. I'm going to continue to get in a rhythm as the season goes on. But right now I'm just trying to do anything I can to help the team win. And I mean, they try to drive a lot. They try to get downhill. And I just wanted to do my best to play defense and hustle.
Talk about being in a rhythm. Where do you like the ball? How do you like the ball? Do you like it on the wing? Do you like it on the post?
Really anywhere. I mean, I'm not too picky on where I get shots from or anything like that, but it's just really getting a rhythm within the game, and I'm just trying to find spots within what the team concept is offensively. And I mean, right now I'm just doing anything I can to help the team win, and that'll all come. I'm not worried about it.
The numbers say it. We know it. You're a knockdown shooter. Is it frustrating right now that the shots aren't falling? Because it looks like you're getting some good looks.
Of course it's frustrating, but I mean, I'm going to keep shooting them with confidence, and they're going to start falling. So I'm not too worried about missing too much. I'm going to keep shooting the shots with confidence. I'm getting open looks, and they'll start falling for sure.
There are some young bucks on this team. You're in your 7th year, man, at 25. Like, how much help are you giving them, and how much fun is it for you?
Man, it's fun, man. Honestly, I mean, it doesn't even feel like I'm that much older than everybody. I don't act like I'm like 50 or anything like that.
Wait a minute, 50?
I wasn't saying y'all are 50. But I mean, I laugh and joke around just like they do. But I mean, I have a lot of experience in college basketball, so any little thing I see, I try to help them as best as I can, and I'm gonna continue to do that. But I laugh and joke with them in the locker room just like anybody else would.
I wanted to ask about the wheels. I mean, we know that the wheels have got a lot of mileage on them, and you're battling every single day at practice and the whole deal. And I know you want to be 100% every night, but that's probably not reality. How tough is it? What do you go through? And I know you want to give everything.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I do a lot of treatment on my body. I've been kind of like managing my load in practice and things like that early in the year. But as the year continues to go on, I'll start to feel better. That's what happened last year. I started off shaky. My body was, getting used to the games and things like that, getting used to recovering after games. So as the year progressed, I started to feel better. So this year, even this game, I feel better than last game. So I'll start to get better. I'll start to get used to it, and my body will start to continue to get better every day.
I got to say, partner, that's exciting to hear because, and I'm sure Lobo fans are excited to hear that because you did end up playing 28 games last year, and you scored over 12 a game, and the minutes were solid minutes for a strong rotation contributor. And I know that's what you want to be, but not there yet, obviously. But there is a chance that it can ramp up, that you can continue to sort of develop the stamina and the ability to bounce back?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Like I said, I'm going to continue to get better. I'm continue to get in the rhythm. Continue to get in better shape as well. Game shape is crazy, and the stuff that I've had to deal with early on, not practicing as much as I would like to and not being able to work out as much as I would like to, that's all going to get better as well. So my body is going to get used to it, and I'm going to continue to, just keep moving forward and continue to try to get 1% better every day.
JB had his first moment in the pit, man. Congratulations. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Jamal Baker Jr., our guest.
Thanks, Baker.
Great stuff. And how valuable to have a guy like that on this roster with, the young players and the experience that he brings.
Maturity. No question. It's locker room, on the court, game situations. That maturity is huge for this team, especially the young guys.
Bob Walpole, our producer and engineer. On-site engineer Michael Carlisle, my partner, Lobo legend Hunter Green. I'm Robert Porter. New Mexico travels. The Thanksgiving tournament is coming up. UNM will play 3 times next week. They'll play on a Tuesday and a Wednesday before Thanksgiving. They'll rest on Turkey Day. They'll play again on Black Friday. Toledo, Rice, and Pepperdine in succession. 3 games in 4 days in Vegas. It starts with that Tuesday game against Toledo. It is a 9:15 planned tip-off. That would put our airtime at 8:45 p.m. Mountain Time with your Lobo basketball pregame show. The Guards have it tonight, partner. 29 for Mash, 25 for Dent, 54 combined of the Lobos, 82, and none bigger than the Tyus Edney-like run end-to-end for Donovan Dent in a game-winning bucket with inside of a second to go in the game.
And we can't not mention Toppins. Was that his first double-double?
First career double-double.
So he's 15 and 10.
In his third game.
And he's getting better each game. So, I thought Dent, that was the call. Taking it coast to coast.
You called it. Coach Pitino called it. He even said that he told Donovan exactly what you told me. Just take it and go get a layup.
Well, listen, he's one of the best in the country at doing it.
Absolutely.
Why would you call that play? We could call that, hey, maybe we could coach.
You told me, no thank you, though.
No thank you.
I appreciate it. I love having you sitting next to me. All right, that'll do it. Thanks for tuning us in wherever you've locked us in tonight across the UNM Sports Radio Network. For Hunter, I'm Robert, and we'll say so long for now. We'll talk to you next week. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Turkey week coming up from Vegas. It starts on a Tuesday night against Toledo, and we'll talk to you from Sin City. Final score for the final time tonight. The Lobos improved to 2-1 and deal UT Arlington their first loss. They are 2-1. New Mexico, 82. UTA, 80 on a Dent buzzer beater. This has been Lobo Basketball on the UNM Sports Radio Network.